Hey, what's up everybody? In this video, I'm going to show you Philharmagic Mickey from Mickey and Friends. Now, I do also want to show you guys a percentage here. Philharmagic Mickey is going to be a little bit more difficult to get compared to Happy Anna and Courageous Simba. So if you guys are trying to get Philharmagic Mickey, just keep note that it is going to be a little bit more difficult compared to the other two Tsums. Now the question is Philharmagic Mickey that much better compared to the other two Tsums? So let's take a look and then we'll find out at the end of this video. So the ability description for Philharmagic Mickey is that he's going to clear a vertical line of Tsums and spawns a special magic bubble. This game demonstration that you're watching right now is a skill level 1 Tsum. So there are two different components to his ability. The range here is going to be extra small. It's going to require you to clear 20 copies of Mickey to activate the ability, and that's at skill level 1. And by the way guys, if you guys are liking these Tsum reviews and also the leak contents that I do for every single month, then please subscribe to this channel. It definitely helps me out a lot. Alright, now back to Philharmagic Mickey. It's going to require anywhere between 15 to 20 Mickeys cleared off the screen to activate the ability. This number will depend on which skill level you have him at. The minimum score for Mickey is going to be 90 with a maximum score of 1217. And if you want to get him to skill level 6, you're going to need to get a total of 36 copies of him from the premium box. So let's take a look at the skill chart on the bottom right hand corner here. Like I mentioned earlier, it's going to require you to clear either 15 to 20 copies of Philharmagic Mickey off the screen to activate the ability. And every single time you level up his ability, it's going to require one less Tsums to activate the ability, and also the skill radius is going to get a little bit bigger. So what is really getting bigger here? It's not necessarily too clear because Philharmagic Mickey does have a lot of components to his ability. First, there are this vertical clear that comes up on both sides. So that component is going to be the same regardless if you have him at skill level 1 or skill level 6, that remains the same. And that actually goes for the third vertical blast that comes up on the screen. After the sides ones come up, that middle one is also going to remain the same. Now what is different is that last special magic bubble, and that is the bubble that's going to make the biggest difference. And if you keep a close eye on the magic bubble there, it is a special magic bubble where it's a triangle. It's kind of like a sideways magician hat, so that's actually going to be the clear radius. Now what I also want to show you guys is a side-by-side comparison of all three of the skill levels, and then also talk to you a little bit more about the strategy when you're using Philharmagic Mickey's ability. So at skill level 1, the skill range is going to be extra small, skill level 2 is going to be small, and then skill level 3 it's medium, so it does get bigger. And also keep in mind it's going to require you one less Tsum to activate the ability every single time you level Mickey up. So skill level 1 is going to require you 20, and skill level 2 is going to be 19, and skill level 3 it's going to be 18. Everything else remains the same, so keep in mind that everything up until the magic bubble doesn't change. So the vertical line is going to be the same, and then this last vertical line that comes after the 2 is going to be the same. It's just that magic bubble is going to be the major difference. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about strategy and what I like to do when I'm using Mickey. So what I like to do is, because the screen does freeze when you activate his ability, well, the screen only freezes that initial vertical blast. So to maximize that vertical blast, the initial vertical blast, you definitely want to make sure that the screen has a bunch of Tsums and then activate the ability. The screen does unfreeze after those first 2 vertical bars, so that part doesn't matter. So before you even activate Philharmagic Mickey's ability, you want to make sure that both of the sides have a lot of Tsums before you actually activate the ability. And then once you activate the ability, it plays through all of those vertical blasts. Some things you might want to consider is maybe clearing off the magic bubble, because the magic bubble can potentially get in the way. So if you look closely at the magic bubble, you'll see that there is a magician hat in the middle, and that will determine which way the triangle is going to point. Now, if the triangle is pointing towards your magic bubble, then you definitely want to remove, or not remove, but burst the bubble that is in the way, and to get rid of it. And if you position that special magic bubble in the right position, you might be able to earn a lot more coins versus if you didn't. So pay a little bit closer attention to how the magician hat is positioned. because that will determine how many Tsums you're going to clear at the very end. Okay, so what I want to show you guys also is a side-by-side comparison of the abilities activated at the same time. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so here we have the abilities charging up at the same time and they're activated. Right now I'm just going to play it in full speed, but what I'll do is I'll slow it down so we can really analyze it. Alright, so here it is again in 40% speed and the ability gets bursted. So here are the vertical blasts that I mentioned earlier. And if you take a look at it, it's not very consistent. For skill level 1, you see it's 11 and 9, so a total of 20. And then skill level 2, it's 10 and 13, so you got 23. And then skill level 3, you got 9 and 12, so that's 21. So as you can see there, it's not very consistent and it's kind of all over the place. So don't worry too much about this initial first vertical blast. Just make sure that both sides on left and the right side have a lot of Tsums. So I do recommend letting the Tsums settle before you activate the ability. There are some other abilities where it might be more advantageous to spam it, but in this case, you definitely want to wait 1 to 2 seconds, make sure all the Tsums are settled, and then activate it. Alright, proceeding forward here, and this last vertical blast, as you can see here, not too much difference here either. Skill level 1 and 2 are both 16s, and skill level 3 I got 17, and I think that's just by luck. These vertical blasts don't change too much throughout all of the skill level, so don't worry too much about this. There's not much you could do here. But what does change here is this last component, is the Magician Hat. So at skill level 1, I got a chain of 17. Skill level 2, I got a chain of 18. And at skill level 3, I got a chain of 19. So nothing too drastic here. I think that Philharmagic Mickey is already pretty good at skill level 1. And if you don't want to invest in your skill tickets on any of these Tsums for this month, yeah, I would say don't spend it. If you already have a really good coin earner, then definitely don't need to invest in this month's Tsum. Philharmagic Mickey is likely going to be the best one in my opinion for this month. So for skill level 1 for the coin earnings for Mickey, I got 1,529. For skill level 2, I got 1,578 coins. And then for skill level 3, I got 2,202. So for coin earnings, it's really not too worth it at this point for skill level 1 and 2. But starting at skill level 3, you could technically invest in using the 5-4 and the coin boost, and that should yield you a positive return. It's gonna come down to the coin fairy and you might have to get lucky to earn you a lot of coins. But if you're a beginner and don't have a lot of Tsums in your arsenal, then definitely adding Philharmagic Mickey to skill level 3 could benefit you in earning a lot more coins. And now let's take a look at the scores as well. And also keep in mind that right now my Philharmagic Mickey is still at a relatively low level. So if depending on what supporting Tsums you have and also what level your Philharmagic Mickey is at, that this score is going to vary. But at skill level 1, I was able to get 4 million or 4.8 million. For skill level 2, I got 4.3. And then finally at skill level 3, I got 6.8. So you see that drastic change, and that is likely to do with the supporting Tsums that I got for that game. So it's not very definitive. And also my Philharmagic Mickey is at a higher level by skill level 3. So if you do level him up, it's okay for score. If you need a high scoring Tsum and wants to get a good coin earner, then this is a good Tsum for that actually. But you do need to get Philharmagic Mickey to level 50 to make some damage here to get both high score and also a good coin earner. Well guys, this is my review for Philharmagic Mickey, and I hope that you guys found this video helpful, and if you made it this far, please consider subscribing to this channel for more Tsum Tsum content. And as always, thank you so much for watching.